but I think it's important due to safety concerns with the weather and traffic. Today's convoy is not going to happen. The People's Convoy is not going to happen today. And honestly, I think a day of rest is important. Everybody probably would like to go get showers, maybe hotels if they can, do some laundry, and just kind of rest. So today's convoy is not going to happen due to safety concerns out there with the weather. It's supposed to also turn yet. We're talking, it's 98% chance almost all day. And I don't want to risk the safety of those in the convoy and those in the motoring public more than necessary. So with the families up that are here, with the equipment of the truck drivers, with the expensive motorhomes we got out here, all this stuff costs a lot of money. The cars are, getting you to and from work whenever you go back home. I just don't want to risk anybody's equipment. I don't think it's a good idea. I know some folks are probably standing here going, what the heck? I'm not here to hang out. And I get that. I totally get that. But we are having progress in D.C. with these meetings. They continue today. Still working out some of the details. There's also the media starting to stretch out into mainstream. So we got good things going. We have a lot of wins here. I think a day of rest isn't such a bad idea. Anybody that greatly opposes that, if you do decide to go out on the convoy, you must know that you're not doing that under the People's Convoy. I can't have it associated if something bad goes out there that takes down this entire movement. I just can't do it. So if you choose to go out there and do a convoy on your own, you're doing that on your own. Which means liability, all that stuff, anybody trying to come after the People's Convoy, it'll be mentioned that it was not a sanctioned convoy by the organizers or the team or the folks that remain back of the People's Convoy. I'm not going to stop you. You're free people. We're all free people. You do what you need to do or what you feel is best for you. Just know that the People's Convoy does not sanction any convoy from any group at all today. I don't know why I have to say all that, but I'm told I need to mention that. I get it, I guess. Whatever, it's fine. I also want to say that, and I didn't really get to talk about it yesterday. I kind of forgot, honestly. But yesterday was a win in more than one way, and I don't think many people understand that Senator Cruz and Senator Johnson meeting, how big of a deal that really was. Not only was it because of the level of the Senate that we were at, meaning the caliber of the individuals that we were meeting with. Whether you like them or not, the fact remains they're a powerful voice on Capitol Hill. So having them publicly support us, come out and listen to our story, was really a big deal, and that's a win in itself. But not only that, and I don't know if everybody understands, that meeting wasn't just in the offices of the Senate, wasn't just in the offices of the House. Meaning, anybody that knows, the House side has a row of buildings that run, next to the Capitol building. That's where the actual offices are. Same with the Senate side. They got the same thing. Whenever you have meetings with these legislators, you're in one of those buildings in their office normally, or a conference room or whatever. The meeting, that first one that we had, we literally walked into one of those buildings, went downstairs, they put us on a little tram that's underground, an electric rail that's underground. If you were watching the live stream, you probably saw that we were getting on some funky little train thing, right? They shuttled us to the actual Capitol building. So that meeting, which, by the way, does not just happen, took place inside the U.S. Capitol. I forgot to mention that yesterday. That's kind of a big deal. So I just wanted to put that out today of the level of win that we have actually achieved in being able to do that. To think that a group of Americans across this country that traveled from Adelanto, California, all the way here, and the other convoys that traveled from far and wide as well to join up with us. Think about that in the big picture of things, in the scheme of things. Groups of people that didn't know where this was going and how it was all going to end or what's coming forward. We were able to garner a meeting in the actual U.S. Capitol, and where none of us are politicians. So I just felt it was important to put that out. I can't believe I forgot to mention that last night. I'm still tired. We do own that building. You're absolutely right. We do own that building, and it shouldn't be so difficult to be able to go have these meetings. But it is. And hopefully, though, through this process, we're changing that. The other thing I want to put out as a win, and I don't know if I've said it or not, I can't remember, and I don't know if anybody else has put it out. But if nothing else in this process, Americans across the country, people across the world are watching this. They're paying attention to this. We've sparked the conversations to be had, not just in the United States, but around the world. If nothing else, which it better not be all, but if nothing else, that in itself is another win. The fact that we sparked these conversations and have opened the eyes of Americans across the country to start to stand up and to see what's going on. It's a really big deal. So there's another win right there. And the live stream, by the way, at 4 a.m. got taken down with the meeting with the Senator Cruz and Senator Johnson, got taken down. They said medical misinformation. It was about our freedoms as Americans. That even allows that company to do what they just did. It does. It allows the company to do it. It sucks, but it does allow the company to do it. You can't stand here and fight for your constitutional freedoms and then, be mad when they do something. But the problem comes in the excuse of why they did it. It's the same thing when Facebook deleted the original Convoy page. It was called Convoy to DC 2022, got taken down at like 136 followers. The reason they used was a complete lie. YouTube live stream was a complete lie that YouTube put out for deleting it. Complete lie. Listen, if you don't agree with something, you can suspend it and have a conversation about it before you take it down. We can discuss it. We can see where exactly you're saying that the misinformation is coming out. The YouTube live stream got taken down. We're in the process now of getting it up on the People's Convoy website, trying to capture it and get it saved and get it put out. But no matter what, the world saw it yesterday anyways. With that said, I want you all to still hold the line, hang in there. We got a rest day today, and hopefully we got a game plan for what's going forward through today's meetings, and we're going to keep the messaging going. And like I said last night, for those of you far and wide watching this on live streams, it's time for you to stand up at the state level. It's time to put pressures on the states as well, not just here in the federal government, but at the state government level as well. I'm not encouraging anybody to leave at the moment. I'm encouraging your friends and family back home to start organizing to stand up at the state capitals. And let me tell you something else. It doesn't matter if you live in a red state or a blue state. Every state capital needs to have a presence of those of us standing up for freedom. Because the thing that we learned yesterday in our second meeting was that the Republican House feels defeated and deflated by the Democrats. They're letting it happen. And they refuse to break the mold. Both the Democrats and the Republicans refuse to break the mold to work together to get this done, to understand that the people have had enough. They refuse to accept currently that they work for us. Therefore, even the red states, red and blue, people need to organize now. People need to start putting pressure on the state capitals. Now is the time. Do so in the name of peace. Do so in unity. Don't cause problems. Organize. Get the permits. Work with local law enforcement. Do it the right way. Do it how we're doing right now. But start organizing. Start getting people to your state capitals. It needs to be organized. If I just say that, I have no power. I don't want power. We have the power. We have the voice. to stand together going forward here. We need to keep this messaging going, and it needs to also start happening at the state level. What that looks like at this point in time, I don't know. There are people that are coming up with ideas right in front of me right now while I'm doing this. Let's do this strategically. Let's do this smartly. Let's work together. Let's get the permits. Let's do this the right way. We ain't going anywhere here, though, quite yet. We're not leaving. We have a lot of work to still do. We have a lot of work to still do. So I'm not encouraging anybody to leave at this time by any means. But the states do need support, and the states need activated to actually stand up and start doing something. That includes all these elections coming up for governor, for House seats at the state level, your city councils, your mayors, your school boards. It's time for everywhere for the people to stand up, and it's time for everywhere for your voice to be heard. And just like I've said plenty of times, and I'm going to say it again, to the truck drivers and the citizens around the world, now is your time to stand up and have your voices heard. Every government needs to understand that your people is who you represent, and your people are the ones truly in charge. And the voice of your people need to be respected, no matter what country. I don't care what country. It is time to usher in a new renaissance, a renaissance of freedom. It is time to remind the governments around the world that they work for us. That's all I got right now, but there's a few other people that got to come up with some announcements, I believe. Oh yeah, come over here. Come over here, buddy. Come here. I'm going to let him do the talking here real quick, and I hope you all will do it. It's a really great cause.
All right, so on the 4th of this month, on the 4th of this month, my son's 8th birthday came about, and I was here. I drove all the way across the nation for this, and I'm hoping to have you guys give him a happy late birthday shout out, which would be great so that he can see it and see what I actually came here for, and that freedom is a better birthday present than any material thing I could have ever got from a store. He's going to be able to look at people and say that his dad went over and stood for his freedom. So I'm going to get off this thing now, wherever I said it. His name is Owen, so we'll say happy late birthday, Owen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Owen. Happy birthday to you.
Hey, I'm told that Ann Vandersteel has the entire live feed on Rumble at Steel Truth Media. So you go there and share it out and check it out if you haven't seen it.